Welcome back for another Nightworks Art Explorations, tonight with graphite ink and watercolor. And this piece is called Her Name is Trouble. This is a film noir, I guess, or neo-noir piece. And I'm exploring the odd colors that I've been working with lately, like pop colors, very bright colors that I don't normally use. I'm trying to break out of old habits. As an artist, we all develop just go-to methods, go-to imagery, go-to styles, and I think it's important to keep growing as an artist, so I'm trying different things constantly. And yeah, this is another sort of devil monster piece, kind of in the world I've been working in, the whole demonic hell world. But this is sort of taking a figural pose where the character's looking to the side and her head's tilted up. It's challenging for me. It's that trying to capture the under jaw so it looks correct. The way that the jaw kind of wraps around and then the neck comes down, I don't know, it's something I need to practice with. And then as you push the head back, all the proportions change, so I like practicing with that. And just sort of noodled it out with a pencil. Seeing this was kind of like, I was thinking a noir killer kind of lady, well, devil. Give her a cigarette. And just reworking details. Give her some big earrings. Sweeps are fun to draw. And there I'm just making up a hand holding some sort of absurdly large pistol. And then playing around with the proportions for the arm. You can see I had to rework it a couple times. Giving her like a funky kind of trench coat thing in a cyberpunk kind of way. And just working on the fingers. And here I just added in some sort of big goofy future pistol. I don't know. Some sort of crazy big gun. Just looks goofy. And just having fun with the piece. I think a lot of times when I work on these things at night, I have a loose vision. In this case, I pulled up a reference of a lady using AI, Midjourney, and then I added in a bunch of stuff to it. I can't, at this point, just make up a convincing figure in this pose, so I need reference models. Everything else I kind of just wing it. And then when I get this idea, I want to work on this stuff, and I like the colors, and I kind of just want to go and get working on it. So I could spend longer on the drawing. I could spend longer trying for perfection, but I think a lot of times perfection is a hindrance to growth. I don't know. It depends on what you're trying for. Yeah, sure. If you're going for hyper details, hyper realism, you have to work on your perfectionist techniques. But for me, it would seem like to slow me down. So I kind of just sort of blast through the drawing, and now I'm just sort of getting into the colors, trying to figure out how to make this stuff look good, how to make it work the way I want it to. And then I'll move on to another piece and repeat. I think through constant repetition of drawing and painting, you just become more familiar with the process, color mixing, line weight variation, all that stuff. until it just becomes part of you. And I'm just working on absorbing new skill sets, so I kind of work through these. I can't remember how long this one took to do. And I like to be loose with watercolor, but it does not always go the way I want it to, so I have to balance the expressionistic nature I have versus the details of the line work I just spent 30 plus minutes working on. And I'm hoping the more I do these watercolors, the easier the process will be for me, so I can be a little expressionistic without splashing too much watercolor around. So it's just part of the process. But I thought it was a fun piece. I was, kind of film noir, killer for hire. Maybe it's like a, detective story, or I don't know. I was just looking at some film noir stuff. I just felt like doing this, but in the setting I've been working on in this kind of hybrid hell cityscape stuff, and this was a chance to play with some of these different colors. So I laid in the red, and I'm laying in the darks of the cloak, and against the kind of hyper yellow. I don't know, I was thinking kind of the colors reminded me of one of those street scenes where there's a lot of neon. Maybe it just rained. There's a lot of reflecting light. So I was just kind of playing with that. And trying to place in colors and some pop, bright colors. And switch to, I think it's a number 6 brush. And the cheap pan set I have there, I mean, it was $30 or whatever. It's fun to use for this kind of a piece. And this is on, I think, Canson XL watercolor paper. It used to come in a spiral notebook, but now it only comes in these flip over loose leaf things, so I'll just tape it to the table. And here I am adding in some white gouache to try and get the smoke look. Now the gouache doesn't stay white as I want it to. It fades to like a haze. And it can look okay, but more often than not, it kind of just sort of disappears. I wish I had something a little stronger, not as strong or bright as an acrylic, but a little stronger than this. I might try some white ink in the future. Just have to get a bottle of that. And now I'm just sort of coming back in and reinforcing some darks. I went to the number 2 brush just to get some of those details to pop with brighter reds. And then adding in some nice purples. I like purple. I don't know. I think it looks cool. And then I'm coming back in and reinforcing it with ink. A nice graphical style. If you did your pencil work, I guess bold enough, you wouldn't have to do the ink. But I don't know. I just like the way it pops. A lot of times, I don't always do it. I tend to, when I feel like I've lost the pencil work underneath the watercolor. And so I'm just sort of reinforcing the lines, add a little bit of clarity back into the image. And just moving to smaller and smaller pens, big to small, seems to be a method I work on. So I hope you guys enjoyed this process. I thought the piece came out really good. And I hope to do some more in this kind of neo-noir, strange color series. But thank you guys for watching. If you have any questions, please just let me know in the comments. And I'll just keep working and churning this stuff out. And I hope it gives you a little inspiration to go ahead and try some of your own work. Just have fun with art. Just go and have some fun with things. Yeah, you gotta have a little bit of fun in life. It's short. So thank you guys. Appreciate it, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.